Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video of the Project K Panda series here. So I've been working on the car off and on. I've been really bad about recording, but a lot of it was just so much figuring out stuff and redoing things that it wasn't working out very good. So, and it just would have been super boring content. Now we're finally starting to get really into the build. Should have finished some stuff up. I really should have recorded the harness install, but instead I'm going to show you how to install it. The conversion harness I will show you, which I'm waiting on that to come in, so this video is going to be overlapped in a few days. Engine is now in, started on the harness, RSX radiator with FG2 lower brackets on the bottom, not mounted on top yet. It's a RSX Type S upper hose. Still need to change the thermostat, EP3 idler pulley, FG2 alternator, EG subframe, or actually DC2 subframe, DC2 rack, Carcep's fuel rail, stock Type S throttle body, K-tune spacer. This is a Tanks Incorporated fuel pressure regulator, hybrid racing throttle cable, custom hoses from Vibrant. I don't know. TPS is in, idle air control valve is in. I'm pretty sure this is for IAT sensor. That's just lying there. That would have been for the little solenoid that goes there. That's just no longer there anymore. It's not running that. I have to switch out this plug-in due to the 06 Plus transmission. And gotta pull the battery out to run all of this inside. I still need to buy a block off for this. This is an old grinded down map sensor just in there for the time being. I did get the hole tapped and put this plug in there. And ran fuel lines. So I bought two 45s from Vibrant, a 90. I don't remember what the thread pitch exactly is. I want to say like 12 by 1 1/4 or something to go in there. And then I didn't have enough hose ends, so I got a straight here. And this is all just 6AN line. Bend it down, runs, not touching the coolant line, not touching my loop, which I need to replace because this hose isn't really coolant approved line. RSX radiator with the Type S upper hoses in. The radiator is going to sit something like this, more straight. I'm going to get a coolant plate to go over that to fill that gap. And then, yeah, I still need to get some mounts for that, like I said. The coolant sensor is down there. That is in there. I still need the thermostat housing off a Type S or the K-tuned one so I can run that lower hose. FG2 alternator. Got the belt from AutoZone. Let's see, what else have we done here? Okay, so this is part is a little temporary. The ground I just pulled off that 06 SI setting in the driveway, which is like not even the factory ground. It's like speaker wire. It's upgraded to a little bigger. It'll work for now. As you can see, I got the harness laying here with all the ECU plugs. And to go into that, since this is basically what we're working on right now. This is a 2003 Civic Si EP3 harness. And it was all in good shape other than I need to reattach this wire. And like this plug had some wires tapped into it that weren't really ideal. You can see some little spots there. Hopefully I'm gonna have to cover them back up. I may end up having to retap into, I know I'm gonna have to retap into the harness for the harness. So I don't know what this came out of. This came from TAE Used Auto Parts, same place as the throttle body. So thanks to TAE for that. But we're gonna cover this stuff back up. We're gonna get that stuff covered up, do some soldering on the screen wire, have some heat shrink, have some extra wire. So that's a little too short now, the way they cut it. I don't really like these crimps. If I have to, then I'll just recrimp it so I can connect it and not have to do any soldering, but I don't know. I'll probably just solder it and extend it with the different color sections in between. It's not gonna bother me that bad. But as far as the harness runs, everything under here is plugged up. All the plastic on this side wasn't going to work. I had to undo some of the tape to get the coolant temp sensor to go in back here instead of up here like it would have been on an EP3. The harness is kind of laying there right now. Said I got to switch out the plug-in so I can hook up my vehicle speed sensor. This is to IAT, which I don't longer have. This would have run to some of that evap purge solenoid BS that's no longer here. And then I didn't have enough light to see I may have to do it from underneath. I got some plug-ins down here. The longest one's going to be the crank sensor plug. One of them, I don't know. I have to figure those out still. But I unloosened the 2 battery tray bolts. See, 12 mils, and then pull the battery tray out of here. And then that way I can use this hole to run the harness through. I don't have the little rubber boots. I plan on just making some kind of cover, drilling a hole through it, and just, you know, I'll figure something out. On my blue car, this is actually open, visible. They don't really let any heat through or anything. Well, I'm sure it does, but I mean, it's not really noticeable. And so yeah, so that's where I'm going with that. So I may have to end up cutting one of these tabs off. I may end up not using that one, or I may end up using this one and not this one, I don't know. This is off a D-series harness from the little single cam car I got sitting beside the garage. I'm gonna plug in bench device real quick here, and yeah, I know that's pretty sketch, but it's what we got to work with. So FYI, if anyone ever says you need lifts in a fancy garage or whatever to do case swaps and air compressor, no, you do not. Everything we've done on this car has been in here. So just want to clean this up some. There's probably better ways to do this, but the bench grinder, I mean, it works pretty good for it, honestly. I kind of like cleaning up stuff like this. It's not super messy. Nice, smooth run through it. So I'm going to do that real quick and then bolt this up and see how my harness weighs down. Here's the bracket we made, and then it just runs in a factory hole down there. Inside the car down here, the harness is just lying here. I'm probably going to try to just mount it in the factory location. If I decide I don't like it in the factory location, then nice little checkered sports plate right there. But still got to get the airbag delete cover. The XO Racing gauge pod is in. Door panels died, dashes died. The lower parts I have, they're died. Still got to do this door panel. Still got to find plastic covers for these. Get a window crank. Black carpets are in. Still rocking Delso seats. Back half of the interior is still gray. Got to get some side plastics for it. I am going to run side plastics, just no back seat. And running boards still got to be dyed. So still headliners crap. Still have a ton to do. FG2 steering wheel, dark matter if you've seen that. Gotta pull off the other pedal clip off the FG2, get it on the clutch, figure out something for the gas pedal. The radio is relocated down here. Shifter cables are in, currently run through the firewall, but I think I'm gonna run in the no-cut shifter even though I've already kind of cut it. But the K-tune shifter was on back order, and so I couldn't get that anytime soon. So unless that comes into place pretty soon, we're going to have to change something with the shifter. Alright, so back to our wiring. I just went to Walmart, picked up some connectors because I had some wiring, so I'll show you guys. But okay, so you can get hybrid racing or K-tune, like the little braided stuff. And usually around $40, $50 per grounds. This cost me, I already had the wire, already had the heat shrink, so like starting to make the grounds about $8. And granted, altogether, this would have been more than $40 if I went and bought the wire, bought the connectors and all that. Maybe, nah, probably not. But the difference is $40 for 3-4 grounds, where this is $40 for like 30 to 40 grounds. Like, you can make a lot. So, here's what I'm getting on. So, 75 foot, 10 gauge wire. Got cheap connectors. Slide this up, and I'm not going to stop even with this because basically it's going to shrink and it's going to come down further. So to be sure all the wire is covered, slide it up a little further. It's not blocking the contact up or anything. Turn my heat gun on and just kind of spin it as I go. There is a pretty nice looking clean ground wire without ugly yellow plastic junk.